Welcome back to the Just Goofin podcast. We're your hosts.
I'm Arik.
I'm Chase.
Let's get right into it. We were just talking about...
Mr. Beast.
No. Before that, we were actually just talking about how the FBI is behind weed in America. Right? Just like they were behind the...
Moon landing, the pyramids.
That was the CIA. But no, the FBI is
the invasion of America by the Europeans. That was spearheaded by the FBI.
Have you heard of Murder Mountain?
Have you heard of the Boston Tea Party? That was the FBI. That
was actually American revolutionaries.
Have you heard about the war in Iraq?
That was the FBI.
For sure.
Oh my gosh.
Have you heard of the DEA? That's from the FBI.
Damn. Have you heard of the CIA?
Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Have you heard
Breaking Bad was made by the FBI to get more drugs out so they'd have more work to do. So they could get more
funding.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about funding at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you know, they're not good people. Like, they're not
like Jim from The Office?
He's not a good person.
Yeah, he broke up Pam and Roy's marriage.
Yeah, he's like a happy-go-lucky guy that acts like a good guy.
But he's really like a scumbag. And he broke up Pam's marriage and took Pam for himself just because he's got like more funny jokes.
Who does that remind me of? Just some guy I know. Never mind. Chase.
Yeah, so Mr. Beast is in hot water right now.
Oh yeah? What's going on? I haven't been keeping up.
Yes,
I know.
you have. You said you had some things to say about it.
I have things to say about Mr. Beast in general.
So this guy named Dogpack404, which is a really funny username, by the way.
Is that his username on what?
YouTube. He created this YouTube channel, and the first YouTube video was like, I used to work for Mr. Beast. He's a fraud.
He's a fraud.
It's like a 50-minute video essay.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, of course. I watched the whole thing.
What's the essay about? Video essay.
It's about how he worked for Mr. Beast, and a lot of his videos are fraudulent.
Did you find it convincing?
Well, yeah.
Did you find it based on hard evidence?
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. It's like, who cares? It's like, obviously he's faking some of the shit. Obviously some of it's CGI. The only people who don't think that is actual children who are 5 years old.
Can you please specify what this essay says Mr. Beast is faking?
There's like a couple things he's talking about. Like, some of the aspects in his videos are not true.
Like? The lighting?
I heard that a lot of times the winners will be like people he knows, like friends of friends.
Yeah, a lot of the subscribers are actually like people from the company.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the contestants.
Well,
I wouldn't say subscribers.
Yeah, I mean the other side of the story hasn't really come out. One person from the Mr. Beast team said that yes, sometimes we do use our own team members because people get sick, they don't make it, we have to fill in last second.
Yeah, also he gets a lot of shitty reactions if they use normal people. He's talked about that a lot.
And he's like, Mr. Beast is just trying to make the best video.
Dude, he knows his shit.
And he's also done a lot of like...
Okay, so faking videos to make them good. What else?
Illegal lotteries.
That's
buy a Mr. Beast Feastable bar for a chance to win $1,000.
How's that illegal?
That's a lottery. Lotteries can only be run by the state.
That is...
If you purchase something for the chance to win, that is a lottery.
So people run giveaways.
No, that's a promotion.
No purchase necessary.
No, people do that thing like...
That is illegal. Yes, people do it all the time.
Doing that where
it's illegal.
Buy a t-shirt and you can win a McLaren.
Yeah, but Mr. Beast is way bigger. Omaze do you remember Omaze? No. They were busted on this. They were like, donate to charity for a chance to win dinner with Brad Pitt or some ridiculous shit. You like that?
So you're saying any raffle to win money has to be free?
No purchase necessary. It is a sweepstakes.
Okay.
Games of luck are not okay to be bought into.
So
it has to be, as an American, your ability to participate in this has to be unilateral.
So you can't win a car from buying a Coke?
I don't know. I don't think that's legal. That's a lottery, technically.
I think people have won cars from drinking Coke. So I think there's a gray area there.
Yeah.
Because I hear what you're saying, and I agree with it. But I also know that in practice...
I mean, really, it's like you're arguing about semantics and, like...
I'm arguing about the fact that I know that big companies do this and do not get in trouble or pay the fines and still make hella money.
Yeah. So a lot of the things alleged in the first video, it's like...
All right, so yeah, I'm okay with Mr. Beast so far.
Whatever,
yeah,
who
exactly.
cares? He's kind of just, like, cutting corners and, like, doing some, like...
He's making good videos and people...
He's just trying to make better videos.
Yeah, people are... It's like OSHA shit. Cool.
Well, the second video he dropped was titled, I Worked for Mr. Beast and He's a Sociopath. And it outlines this video of this guy who also used to work for Mr. Beast.
Mm-hmm.
And he starred in this video, which was like he spent 30 days in solitary confinement.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things he goes over in the video, if true, would go against the Geneva Convention.
But he did it voluntarily.
I mean, that's questionable. It seems like there were points where he was like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And they're like, nah, we need you for the content, bro. You're going to be getting 10 grand a day.
He couldn't leave?
Here. Yeah, well, it seems like they really insisted that he stayed.
So he fell victim to peer pressure and being greedy because he wanted a job and money.
I think it more seems like they took advantage of a weak and vulnerable and soft person.
That's capitalism.
To squeeze like a little piggy.
That's capitalism.
But they also violated human rights conventions. So...
What do you mean they violated
whether voluntary
human
or
rights?
not, you can't violate human rights.
What do you mean you can't violate human rights conventions?
Like, they did white light torture to him. They kept him in... They took away his clock. There was no clock. They kept him in, like, a white room. Yeah, and they gave... I don't know. They gave him, like, a guitar and a hot tub.
Disassociation torture, yeah.
Yeah, and he like, begged him. He was like, I can't sleep. Please turn the lights off. I'm like, nah. They just left the lights on for 30 days.
Leave. Why would he want the light? He wanted them to turn the lights off so he can keep the money and he didn't have to leave. That was the whole point of it.
Also, by the way, he stayed there for 30 days.
That was the whole point, to see if he could do it, and he wanted to cheat and turn the lights off. Like, what?
By the way, he was supposed to get 10 bands a day for 30 days. He got like 10 bands a day for 30 days. He got 10 bands total for 30 days.
What the fuck?
So he wasn't actually paid anything for what he was doing.
Why was he supposed to get 10 bands a day?
Because that was the premise of the Mr. Beast video.
Then why did he only get 10 bands total?
Because Mr. Beast fucked him.
Okay, then start with that next time.
Not starting with how he tortured a human being and it violated the Geneva Conventions?
It's not torture. The guy could have left any time. The door was open. He wasn't locked.
That's not true. He was locked in the door. Mr. Beast would come by.
Start with that.
Maybe you should watch the fucking video. You don't know shit.
Maybe you should explain shit in a way that makes sense to people that haven't watched the video.
I'm sorry. Do you not understand what solitary confinement is?
Do you not understand that this is a video and I was saying the whole time he could have walked out and it was voluntary and you were agreeing with me?
No, I said not really. Okay. I said not really numerous times.
That's when you bring up the points that he was actually locked in there and I would have said, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was locked in solitary confinement.
Yeah.
And every day or two, Jimmy would come by and fuck with him and get photo shots. Then I think at one point they woke him up and made him run a marathon.
In the room?
Yeah.
That's fire, dude.
And like he couldn't...
I actually kind of want to watch that.
Like he couldn't walk for days. It like fucked him up. He's not like an athlete. He's like a fat kid.
I've seen this video. It's not as crazy as you...
Did you see the...
Well, because like...
The video...
You can edit a... You know...
I've seen the whole video.
You can fix anything with editing.
No,
you mean you edit out the best parts?
Tough on him. They put him in solitary confinement every day. Basically, he had 30 amenities. He had 30 things to distract him, like a treadmill, a TV.
And he could not leave.
Every single day he stayed there, they took away an amenity until he was literally just in a big white solitary confinement room.
Yeah.
And they would fuck
That's cool. That's a good idea.
Again, all of this is like, all right.
I would watch that.
The only part that's fucked up is if he said he didn't get paid out. Because that means he...
And if he said he wanted to leave and they physically did not let him leave.
He wanted to fucking stay.
Yeah, he wanted the money, obviously.
The thing that's fucked up is if he didn't get paid.
Well, because it's like, look, he's broke.
Sounds like this guy's a liar.
This guy, well...
And the thing is, like, how far will Jimmy go, you know...
To make a good video?
Okay, so the thing that I told you, sorry to interrupt. The thing I said...
You're doing a lot of interrupting.
I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I can wait.
Well, I mean, yeah, it kind of does seem like this guy is a softie. But it's like, also, if you're a broke-ass fucker and someone's like, hey, 10 bands a day, you're like, I'm going to sit in here till I'm about to die. I need this money. This will change my life.
How do you know that he didn't get paid, though?
Also, how do you know?
At this point, this is all alleged. There's no real verification of anything.
That's why you get a contract, and if this was true, he would have taken it to court and not posted a YouTube video about it, right?
Well, there's also like a lot of NDAs being violated too.
If there's a contract to get paid. Oh, yeah, that's fucked up too. So now he can get sued.
There's a lot of like lines being crossed.
Okay, so what I was gonna say,
and also, not to mention, in the second video, he very heavily alleges that. No, he doesn't allege. He says straight up, "I'm gonna drop another video, and it's gonna be all about the sexual assault." The sexual harassment that happens within the company of Mr. Beast, and how Jimmy knows about this, how he's brushed it like this under the rug, how he hired...
I want to hear about that.
There was actually a guy that was on the Mr. Beast team who was actually a registered sex offender. He went by the name of Delaware. And there's a lot of...
Are we not allowed to hire registered sex
conflicting stories about... Well, it's like, I mean... Should you hire a registered sex offender when most of your content is catered to kids? I mean, Mr. Beast's team is like, yeah, we're waiting for all the videos to come out, and then we're going to, like, make our response. So I'm like, I can't wait to see what Mr. Beast says about all this shit. And also, I'm sure you know, Chris
I think this is a war.
Chris the meme god was taken away from Mr. Beast because...
Why do you think I know this?
The transgender person on... Chris Tyson on Mr. Beast's team.
Yep.
Is a supposedly minor attracted persons.
That is not okay.
They're really into like lolly and like weird hentai and like shit like that.
Is that I thought lolly wasn't necessarily minors.
No, it is.
It is?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, cool.
That's the definition.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Now I know. Thanks.
Pelicans, more like schmelicans. Am I right?
Says the guy that can't even afford one.
Dude, so you know those Cracker Jacks? The Cracker Jack things you ate when a kid? Like the caramel candy corns? Popcorn?
I did not eat those as a kid.
You know how they had the little prizes inside? As a kid, I was like, why don't more like snacks do this? And I'm glad to see that like they're bringing that back. Because, like, you know, like when you get, like, I don't know, like beef jerky, and you get, like, the little prize packet inside? Like the little white prize packet. You got to kind of tear into them.
Does it taste good?
They're really crunchy, and they make you feel really dry on the inside. They really dry you out. They make you really thirsty.
Have you? Because I don't get those ever. Do you get them every time?
And it says...
Are you really lucky?
Do not eat. But that's just, like, a trick. Fuck it. Yeah, you get it's only with certain ones like beef jerky.
So you're in the know.
Seaweed,
furniture.
I wonder if those ones taste different.
My mom collects those.
Really?
And uses them as like dehumidifiers.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Can you like suck the water out of a person if you use enough of those packets?
We should put those in weed bags, dude.
You want moisture in the weed bag.
Not if you spilled beer on it.
The Bovita packs keep like a certain percentage of humidity.
They don't absorb any.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not.
Yeah, they do.
No shot.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe it.
That's what the A in Bovita stands for. Absorption. What is that? Is that them putting crack in the urban areas in the 70s?
Weed. They put weed in Egypt.
Oh, it's the CIA that they put weed in Egypt 2,000 years ago.
That's right. Hash. They called it hashish.
They started the weed.
And then they taught people how to assassinate other people. You know, the assassins that were always high on hashish.
Hashashins. Ah!
Doritos gives me seizures.
So you think this girl was coming on to you during a group picture? Show me the picture. Show him. Do you have the picture?
Warning, she's not attractive. I do have the picture.
That's crazy. You just throw that out there. What if she's watching?
I don't give a fuck. I hope she is.
Sorry, Lenora.
I forgot her name, actually.
Lenora?
No. Maybe. He doesn't know her name.
We'll never know.
Look at what you're
Maybe
wearing.
that was her boner.
Look at what you're wearing. You literally have a purse on. You think any girl's going to see you wearing a purse and be like, yeah, let me push my boob on this guy?
Yeah, she thought I was going to save her life because it's my first aid kit.
I think you're like actually detaching from reality more and more every day.
Is that a good thing?
You're kind of like losing your mind a little more every day.
I wish you didn't tell me that. Because I think you're right.
Yeah, you're really just like so crazy, like out of touch with reality that you're just like so confident about yourself that
I feel like I'm on the right path.
You literally look like that friggin' Arctic Monkeys cover.
I've never listened to Arctic Monkeys.
The shirt you're wearing was like a Tame Impala thing.
Oh, yeah,
that sweater.
Mm-hmm.
You look like a guy that sells acid part-time and has a trust fund.
Dude, you got to cut that.
Because it's true. It is true.
Communist Russia or communist China?
Wait. What's my status? Because that matters. Am I smart?
Right now, it's Arik.
Oh.
Just a white guy? Oh, he'd do better in Russia. He can speak Russian. He could pretend to just be Russian.
I'm also pretty well versed at taking advantage of communists. So.
What? Is this because your parents came from the Soviet Union? And so technically, like...
I'm well versed.
You're like, I negotiate with my parents all the time, and they're like low-key former communists.
It's a life or death situation, dude, every single time.
If you came from the Soviet Union, are you a communist?
No.
Are your parents?
No. They're not. They actually hate communism.
We might not be able to upload any of this episode.
Communism is bad, and we can definitely upload that onto YouTube.
Is communism bad?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
100%.
How so?
40 million dead people, so?
That's not real communism. That was like shitty communism.
Okay, what's real communism?
Do that, but better. Not that many dead people.
Doesn't exist.
Same thing. No work camps.
Yeah.
No.
I think theoretically that might be a good idea, but in practice that's not a good
Imagine how much better the healthcare system would be if it wasn't motivated by money.
You mean in Canada?
It was just motivated by like helping people.
So you think the healthcare system is better in Canada?
We're in a recession right now. Because of Japan.
Are you buying stocks yet?
We're still going down.
Okay, good.
PewDiePie moved to Japan and then caused a recession. Because his buying power is too strong.
Just he controlled the whole Japanese market. Yeah.
He moved to Japan and inflated the price of the yen, and now everywhere else is crashing.
Yeah. I poisoned your seat earlier.
My seat?
The whole seat's poisoned.
Is that why my butt is sick? I've been getting sick out my butt.
Dude, I figured out why you shit so much in public places.
I don't. I detest shitting in public.
I shit why you shit so much when you're not at home. Because you just are saving money on toilet paper, right? And water bills.
No, I don't. I prefer to poop in my own toilet.
I think you say that.
Because some of the things I do, you just can't do anywhere else other than like home field. It's like that would violate the Geneva Conventions to do what I do in your bathroom. And I can tell. You can tell when the
bathrooms
when the big ones
can take
big ones come in.
Would you do well in Japan?
What do you mean? In what regard? I don't speak Japanese and I look very white, so I wouldn't do great. You know what you should go? You should go to Sentinel Island and
What's
look
there?
for Sentinel Island is an island off the coast of India that is regulated as do not come within 5 miles of this island. That's what the Indians... That's because they will shoot you with arrows. There's been like a lot of people who have been like injured or died because they came too close to the island and like...
Good joke.
It's not a joke. It's like...
They'll like have like... There's been times where they'll fly drones near the island.
And they shoot down the drones?
No, they'll literally be on the trees throwing like spears at the fucking thing.
That's sick.
They're uncontacted.
Actually go there, dude?
It's a tribe that's more or less still uncontacted.
Yeah,
because they're aggressive as fuck.
Yeah, dude. They'll like kill you.
There was like...
They're Indian?
They're like native.
Native Indian?
Like
Native
Earth people.
They're They're not Indian because they don't live on the Indian subcontinent. They live on an island called Sentinel Island.
Like,
so
like Sri Lanka?
They're Sentinelese, if you want to get actually technical.
Are they native Sentinel? Are they like... How similar are they to American Native Americans?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay, that's probably...
I'm not going to answer that.
What do you say?
But there was actually like this missionary a couple decades ago who went to the island.
And they killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very immediate. He was like a son of a very wealthy individual.
Are you talking about the Rockefeller guy?
Yeah, I think he was a Rockefeller, actually.
How's that island still alive?
He was like a missionary, because the Rockefellers don't have that much power anymore.
But they have a lot of money.
It's more like, what are they going to do, bomb them?
Yeah, what are they going to do? Fucking go...
poison the whole air.
That would cause like an international crisis.
You don't think they could cover that up in like a second and actually make it an international crisis and then make hella money off of it selling some anti-poison fucking medicine?
They don't have that much money anymore.
What was COVID, dude?
Printing money. They own the treasury. They're the ones that mint the cash. It's not even owned by the government. It's owned by the friggin' Illuminati.
Yeah, you know your social security number, dude. That's your ID number. You're not actually a person. You're an entity.
Dude, you're actually Jewish.
You're an asset.
I don't know how you're like trying to posture like you're not on the other side.
I can't just blatantly admit it, dude.
Like you don't take your skin suit off and crawl into your incubator every night. You think I haven't seen the zipper?
It's actually a floating pod. A weightless water pod.
Bad. I haven't seen the pod.
Yeah.
I haven't opened that door over there. That's probably what you keep in that door.
That's where my gnome lives.
You have said that before. I doubt there's a gnome that lives there.
Go check it out.
Nah.
The people who go in there become gnomes and never get leave.
So yeah, the Rockefeller went to the island and everyone was like, "Hey, man, you really should not do this."
How did I not hear of it?
And he was like, "No, it's good. I'm spreading the word of God or something." And he wrote a journal, and I think it was like, yeah, they dropped him off, and he swam to shore. Body, certainly not.
Do you think he got eaten?
There's a chance. There's a decent chance they ate him.
What do you think that tastes like?
Everything tastes like chicken.
That's false.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Stupid.
Everyone's always like, "What does alligator taste like?" Chewy chicken. It's just like chicken, a little chewier.
That's like saying it's meat.
Everything tastes like chicken. Yeah.
The most exotic thing
one time I went to Thailand.
Like awesome. That was good.
No, I went to Colorado.
He ate a fat meat, dude.
When I was like 20, I went to Colorado to visit my brother who lives there. And I bought a bunch of like weird sausages. It was like rabbit sausage and alligator sausage. And I was like, this all just tastes like fucking chicken sausage to me.
It was, dude. You got scammed.
Maybe I did.
The rabbit at work.
You guys have rabbit?
We do. It's stuffed with more rabbit.
Ooh. No, I haven't had that shit, but I've had the fucking seafood risotto.
Appetizing.
The paella. I like it. I fuck with it.
Do you like risotto? I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a risotto guy.
Well, they generally have cream,
and
I don't have cream.
Yeah, I don't like the cream.
I like it without cream, just stock.
I had risotto with cheese the other day. It was really good, but I just understood that even though I comprehend it's good, I'm not into it.
You need to rely on the starch in the rice to make it creamy, not to add actual cream.
No, it was just cheese. It wasn't cream.
PSA, you shouldn't have to add cream or dairy to your risotto to make it creamy. Because the starch.
Welcome back to the Chef Chase.
This is
hour.
Cooking with Chef
Triple
Crapo.
C.
It's me, your chef. I'm Chef Crapo. Coming back to you for another craptastic crap lesson. Don't forget
to talk about.
Don't forget to salt your tomatoes before you put them in your sandwich. Always salt your tomato slices.
Dude, so I've been trying to get into shape.
What shape? Triangle, square, circle.
I know, I look like a fucking stick,
octagon.
I look like a fucking line.
Rhombus, trapezoid, dodecahedron.
I want to be
plumbus.
I want to be.
Are you trying to get into shape of a plumbus?
Upside down triangle.
A Dorito build?
Like a pizza or a bikini line. If I could crip walk, now is when I'd do it. It would be crazy.
I think we got to get Snoop Dogg on.
Wait, what were you talking about?
Oh, yeah, getting in shape.
Yeah, what about getting in shape? Someone's going to leave a comment like, dude, I can't follow this podcast at all, dude. They keep like, I got to take Adderall to follow this shit.
You need Adderall.
Every episode comes with a free Adderall prescription so you can keep up with what the fuck we're talking about.
Do these guys just smoke crack, or are these guys part of the FDA? Oh, can you do handstand push-ups?
My pickles.
Can you do
You
handstand
forgot
push-ups?
my... No, he cannot.
Can you?
No.
I can.
No, you cannot.
At least 5.
Do it on camera right now.
Oh, no, with the wall.
Yeah, I'll hold your legs up.
All right.
Great.
Yep. Oh shit! He's actually doing this shit. Yo, that's crazy.
That's easy, dude. Can you not do that?
That is crazy.
You're fucking dumb.
That just happened.
Anything can happen, dude.
That just happened. He got that shit on. He does indeed.
I just have to learn to do that without support.
Those are hard.
I think, how can you not do it? You've been practicing for a minute.
I can do 2.
Without support?
I think No.
Oh.
Against the wall.
You can do more than 2, dude. No way.
Maybe.
How much do you weigh?
It makes my head get, feel purple.
My head's...
And you're like, ugh.
Yeah, you want to do it fast.
You feel like that,
You got to remember to breathe.
Have you ever seen the Asian guy, Alan Woohoo, who wears the frog hat on Instagram and he, flexes really hard so his face looks like he's about to explode?
Oh, yeah, the bald guy?
No, he has black hair.
Oh, no.
That's what I feel like.
I know the bald guy who's like a famous Siege player or some shit.
Siege? Rainbow Six Siege?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he made the game blow up after
I'm a famous player.
dying.
Backpack Battles.
I forgot his name.
Famous
Bald
Backpack
guy, he's
Battles player.
really eccentric streamer.
Plat 49, almost 50. Subscribe to our Patreon so we can give George a raise, because...
He needs it.
$0 an hour
to $0
a minute.
If we get on Patreon, we will multiply George's pay by 20. 0 times 20, baby. Here we go.
Yeah, dude, it's always that first step. It's from 0 to 1 that's the hardest.
RuneScape back in the day when you type in wave red 3.
Oh, dude, remember?
And then you'd be like law runes for sale.
Bro, I would charge people to teach them how to do that.
That's great. You'd be like,
I would charge hella money, dude.
You'd be like, yeah, I'll gild your armor for free.
I would pretend to be a GM, dude.
Then they'd drop the armor and you'd pick it up and then you'd just log off. You'd hit him with a lol and you'd log off.
I'm in that one.
Get fucked, loser.
No, I've made people follow me to get murdered, for sure.
Dude, they'd be like, you want to go to the Wildy and PK? And I'd be like, nah, let's go to the Falador and party, bro.
Yeah, RuneScape's a good time.
Dude, yeah.
But
what was your username? Mine was Zazima.
So I was trying to spell Jack in Black, but I spelled black wrong. So it was Jack in Bulk.
Actually 5 when you set this account up. Dude, I must have stopped playing RuneScape before I was 10.
I stopped playing RuneScape when I was in 3rd grade. No, 5th grade.
Because after I did RuneScape, I went to Gaia Online.
I never went.
Do you know what that was?
I went to MapleStory. No.
The Arik Snapchat filter.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That should be the...
Why is that the Arik Snapchat filter?
That should be my...
Can you tell me, George? I don't get it. Why is that a joke?
That should be the thumbnail.
Why is it the Arik Snapchat filter?
You know what? Honestly, I think.
Are you guys being racist right now?
Yeah, I got a big ass.
I thought that was funny until you were making fun of my nose for being Jewish.
Yeah, then I played Gaia Online. I actually
What is that?
Is
it an MMO?
Yeah.
Is it like 3D?
It was kind of like Neopets.
Okay.
Like they had a bunch of different like
web
portals,
interfaces.
web interfaces and
Cool.
shit. They had like, but a lot of it was based around like you had these little like anime things that you dress up, and those would appear in a lot of the places you were at. So it was like your avatar.
Yeah.
And you could like, there were like places. It was like chat rooms. It was kind of like VR chat where you have like a little scene,
So like Club
and you
Penguin?
could walk around. Exactly. Yeah, it was a lot like Club Penguin. Yeah.
Got it.
But they also had like slot machines and
so like
also
gambling.
other games. So you could like they had a lot of shit you could do, and there's forums.
And it was mostly like 10-year-old kids.
Yeah, and there was marketplaces and shit where you could sell items. The crazy thing is, you could buy monthly limited items that were only available for like a certain amount of time, and those would actually sell for like real cash dollars USD.
Huh. Interesting.
Especially older ones.
Yeah.
And I recently went to great lengths to try and get back into my Gaia account. And I was like, are there people still playing this shit? Could I get money? Like, what is this worth?
Interesting.
And because I still have all the old, all my old limited edition, and now they're like 15 years old.
Like what? Yeah, 15 years.
Yeah, and you know what? I log into the site, it's identical.
Of
I'm like,
course.
this is bad.
No, it's good. That didn't give you hope?
No, I was like, this shit's dead now.
Dude,
What
when
do you
I
mean?
logged into RuneScape and it was different, I died inside.
They're running these servers at a loss. There's no way they're generating enough traffic to get ads revenue up to even host these fucking servers.
Isn't there not a subscription model that makes some money?
I don't know. I don't think it was a subscription. It was like early microtransactions, like skins.
So
and
anyway,
shit.
how much is your account worth?
I went through great lengths to get back into it. Not a fucking dime, dude.
Oh.
Concurrent players, yeah, right now
7,000.
estimated to be 15,000.
That's all right. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's something.
How many people? Total people registered 30 million. Daily players 16,000. Actually, that's still a lot of daily players.
60,000.
Yes.
I mean, considering 90% of those are bots.
You think so?
No, I'm just guessing.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, I'm about to retire off my Gaia Online.
Turns out, you wasted
not worth
6 hours of your life for nothing.
I did have to get into like a help chat and like try and figure out how to get my old password back. I was like talking to this person, and I was like,
Who would work at a Gaia help desk?
oh, it was
Chat.
like, insert racist accent here. Hello, my name is John, and it's clearly not a guy named John who's talking to you. Fuck Apple, bro. Let's start a company called Banana.
Yo, dude, I think the most incompetent, least helpful people in the world all work at the Apple store.
Have you tried
I wouldn't disagree.
turning it off and turning it back on? Oh, sorry. No, I haven't tried that 20 times already. My bad. Let me try it for a 21st time.
You'd be surprised how many people don't try.
I've never had I had an Apple product for 1 week. I had an iPhone that I was so stoked about, and before I could activate it, it got jacked by these. I threw a party for these kids I'd met. I met these Arab kids who were like pretty newly immigrated to America. They came here to go to school, and they were all like ludicrously wealthy, and they were all from like Jordan and like Dubai and these really
And they
wealthy
jacked your
places. Nope. I met them at a hookah bar, and I was like their first taste of like a real like they haven't been able to connect with an American to that point.
Well, that's because you're real friendly, huh?
Yeah, and I was also with my friend Hamid, who's I think he's Kenyan. He's African. So they were like, you know,
Fuck white people.
yeah, they were like another black person. This is cool.
Yeah.
So, and they brought it, we all went back to their apartment because they could buy alcohol. Well, one of them was 21. We were like 20. And I hung out with them all night. We were hanging out, drinking, and they're like, "Yo, you should come back tomorrow on Saturday and throw us a party." And I was like,
"Oh yeah,
I can do that shit." Yeah. So I went to Facebook and I post on like the party shit, and I'm like, "Yo, party, hit me for the Addy, whatever." I'm 19, 20. I just started sending out the Addy. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's
like
not my
Project
apartment.
S, fucking Project X.
And these sketchy ass people come through and they like case the joint and they leave. And then at like 2 a.m. they come back when everything's dead. And they just like start choking people out and like clearing out pockets and all this shit. And I don't even know if they had guns or anything, but.
So you got your phone?
They took my phone. I had a little bit of weed in my pocket. That was in this. It was in the cellophane from a cigarette thing, so they just thought it was trash, so they just threw it on the ground.
Classic.
I'm like, fuck yeah, I got my weed. They took there was 2 hookahs sitting on there. They grabbed both of the hookahs.
Like $30 hookahs?
No, they were really nice hookahs. These were Arabic dudes. Like, they fucked with the hookahs heavy. They were probably like $200 a piece. They grabbed the guy's laptop. They all had nice watches and took all the watches.
Oh.
No, this was at the kid's house, at the kid's apartment.
Yeah.
They cleaned us out.
Damn.
And I saw those guys like 3 days later. They all had new watches. They all had new phones. And I had a flip phone for months. Them stealing my iPhone that I hadn't even activated yet set me back a long time.
Didn't those kids hit you up to like do another party or something?
Nah.
Okay. Because
I was talking to
I thought they were like, "Oh, dude, that was a great first American experience.
Let's
do it again."
Nah, they didn't hit me up to throw.
Oh, okay.
But actually, they did get deeper into the depravity of America, though. The last time I talked to that guy, he was like
hanging out with girls at hookah bars and then getting them into prostitution.
No, he was hanging out with girls who was like taking advantage of him for drug money. Like, he was meeting girls who were getting him hooked on drugs. To like get them. At least siphon money off.
At least they're putting money into the American economy.
No, they're stealing money from him. Oh yeah, they're taking offshore dollars and putting it into America.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
And they're also
that's all we care about.
He was just dude, I remember he was friends with this dude named Jack, who is this Chinese guy. They didn't speak English. Like, they spoke both terrible English, but he was like this Chinese guy he was like pretty chill. He had like these crazy dragon tattoos all over his body, and he was also ludicrously wealthy.
Okay.
And they'd all also always wearing like designer shit, and the flashiest watches, and they were like Pinky and Brain, except for trying to get laid, and it never happened. They were like,
"What are we gonna do today?
What are we gonna do tonight, Pinky?"
Same thing we do every night.
Try to get pussy, and it never worked. And they were so awkward.
That's hilarious.
And it's like, dude, one time I brought some girls around, and they just sit on the couch and just like stare at the girls hella uncomfortable. They were just like the weirdest guys. Like, culturally, like talking to girls was like different over there, I guess. I don't know how it works.
Over there they just tell the girls what to do.
Yeah, they just like have money.
They're just like, "Oh, we're getting married now. You're mine."
But over here, they're like, "Oh, this guy has money, but he's like hella creepy." And it's like, doesn't work as well.
It's not it.
The tip jar?
That is the tip jar.
That's his favorite stuff. Don't take that.
That is the tip jar.
Pocket chains. He loves that. He loves that. Do you want to see my new Chrome Hearts? The Prince Albert I got.
What?
I got a Prince Albert Chrome Hearts ring.
Isn't that a dick piercing?
Yep.
Yeah, whip it out, dude.
I also got a Chrome Hearts butt plug in right now too.
Can I smell it?
The set cost me $250 million for the Chrome Hearts butt plug Prince Albert combo.
Dude, that would sell the fuck out if they sold the Chrome Hearts.
Do you think it's gone up in value or down in value after being inside of you?
Inside Chase, like, definitely down. Inside King K, definitely up.
Kim Congdon?
Who would you put it into to get the most value out of it when you're
Kanye West?
Really?
For sure. Kanye West or Rick Owens. Rick Owens would skyrocket the value of a Chrome Hearts butt plug more than anything else.
I don't even know who that is.
He's married to Michelle Lamé, if that helps.
No, not at all.
You don't know Rick Owens' weird witch wife?
I know he has a weird witch wife.
Yeah, that's her.
I don't know who Michelle is.
She sits in a room.
What if someone told you they had
and they eat poop?
How much would you pay for a butt plug that Marilyn Monroe used?
Nothing. I wouldn't pay any money. In fact, I would ask you kindly to take it elsewhere, please.
Then you're dumb.
I appreciate you trying to expose me to a little bit of culture, but I don't.
Yeah, that's a museum item, dude.
I don't think Marilyn Manson hasn't done anything noteworthy other than
I said Monroe.
Oh, Marilyn Monroe. Oh.
Yeah.
Let me check my bank account right now, actually.
That's what I thought. Okay, you just heard me wrong.
I thought you meant Marilyn Manson.
I would pay you money to not.
Wait, so when was this? When was this piece made? Because Marilyn Monroe has been dead for.
It was obviously made while she was still alive, I hope.
Well, to a certain collector, that certain thing could change the value a bit.
Yeah, there's a market for both of those items, whether it was post or pre.
Are you telling me a pork fried this rice? What the fuck?
That's a knee slapper.
Yeah, no, if Rick Owens and Michelle Lamé sit in a room that's dark and filled with candles and eat poop with Rick Owens' boyfriend who looks exactly like Rick Owens 20 years ago.
I don't know these words and names you're saying.
Dude, George literally owns a pair of Rick Owens boots that are $1 billion.
They're not even that. They're only
Is it like Virgil White or
you
something?
have to get these boots, you have to give up both your kidneys, so Rick can eat one and give the other kidney to his weird girlfriend, weird wife Michelle.
So it's like Kanye.
So they can both eat your kidneys, and then they give you one kidney for one boot. That's why you got to give them both. And then he daps you up.
How much for the laces?
The laces are crazy on the boots. They're
the laces, if you undid them from the boots, probably are
10 feet long.
20 feet long.
It's insane.
So enough to hang yourself with?
Oh, for sure.
That's what I thought.
It's like an emergency cyanide pill, that they have in their teeth.
Oh, yeah. Or emergency BDSM equipment.
Dude, I used to hang out with this guy back 10 years ago almost, and he had a dad who was a recovered addict.
BDSM.
His dad used to be a really hardcore tweaker, but he'd been changed around. But now he was really into BDSM and kink fetish stuff.
I think that's a common transition.
Oh, yeah, perhaps. Because in his bedroom, he had a rack that he would tie his girl to and beat the shit out of her. And it was all consensual.
Dude, I had a coworker at this Papa John's, and he was a virgin. And then he got his first girlfriend, and he got really into BDSM. And then one time he was at work and pulled out all this crazy shit out of his backpack, like a ball gag and a whip and handcuffs.
Was he proud of it, showing it off?
Yeah. And then there was a customer I was talking to at the front. This fucker comes out the back, waving around his ball gag. He's like, "Look, I found the ball gag." And I think that might be the craziest customers ever. They got out of the store very fast. How would you feel if you were getting a pizza and one of the employees whipped out a ball gag?
I worked at Papa John's for a while, so I know what goes on there, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I wish...
They don't have ice there, so you can't cool down, so motherfuckers in Papa John's are always running hot, bro. So if they whip out the ball gag, not surprised.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Old Navy cashier.
Really?
Old Navy? No, I folded the clothes and I did the cashier. That I was mostly because it was the same songs on a cycle.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And I did it during the Christmas season,
crazy, shitty songs.
And there was this Old Navy song that was sung by who played George Leonard Nimoy, whoever played Spock from Star Trek.
Yeah.
No. It was the Asian guy with the crazy voice. It was George Takei. Who was also in Family Guy, right? He was singing an Old Navy jingle for Christmas. And I would hear that numerous times an hour.
What's an Old Navy jingle?
just like a really trash throwaway that was written in like 10 minutes by some guy who probably get paid a fucking ton.
Interesting.
Or nothing. But I'd hear that like all day, and it made me want to fucking die. And I was just folding clothes. And to this day, I suck at folding clothes.
Me too.
I fold 10 t-shirts. 4 of them are the same fold. They stack. The other 6, they're all different.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
It's tough.
Folding shit's hard, dude.
I'm thinking about...
How do women do it so well?
Dude, I used to live with this guy, and he hung up everything.
Because folding's just a bitch.
And at first, I was like, this guy's fucking whack. But now...
That's pretty smart, actually, if you don't have someone to fold your shit for you.
But Joel has given me so many t-shirts I don't have... I need to expunge some... You want some t-shirts? I have so many t-shirts I have to get rid of.
I like how he just gives them to you.
I only wear wife beaters and button-ups now.
Yeah, your style has changed a little bit.
I don't wear... Also, this
winter,
wife
though.
beater I got from Joel, too. This, you know how I know? Because it's a Volcom. And the only person I know that's old enough...
I wear Volcom shit. I have a Volcom t-shirt.
Yeah, you've had it for 10 years.
It's Volcom.
Volcom?
Yeah.
It's Volcom. It's Volcom.
Come.
I
Coming at
don't think
you.
there's a U in there.
Oh, fuck, I'm chumming. Yo, you married, George? You got a marriage ring on.
I have 2 married.
Married to the game? Gang!
Because I'm Mormon.
I did see someone that had 2 phones recently.
My plug has like 5.
Was it me?
There was someone, I think one of our regulars at the bar had 2 like phones, and I was like,
People have work phones.
hey, yo, selling drugs out here? Can I get some Ket? And like a 70-year-old guy looks over at me and he's like, what are you talking about? What is Ket? This is my business phone.
We should do a podcast where both of you guys do drugs.
That's illegal, George.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, we might be on drugs right now. That's what we say.
If you join our Patreon,
we could do a mushroom episode.
Some less restricted items.
My favorite podcast. What the fuck is that?
It's a bag of illicit substance.
A microdose. 2 mushrooms.
A shroom and a shroom. Shrooming together.
There you go, Arik.
Thanks, bud.
We each eat one.
Next podcast?
Right now.
Yo, you guys can have that, whichever one wants them.
We save it for the mushroom episode. Society. We live in a society.
We've come.
No one cared who I was before I put the mask on. So what about living in a society?
This podcast is like a bad Benadryl trip.
Dude, if you see the hat man, tell him he still owes me that $20, bro. I don't care if he's in the shadow realm. I want a fucking wire transfer.
He's stuck behind the glass, dude.
I want that $20 back, hat man.
He's stuck
Drink man,
behind glass.
please. Drink man, please.
Anyway, yeah. We're just so advanced, dude. It's crazy how, like, regular fucking everyday people can just build the craziest fucking shit. Like, we've already talked about the guy who built the fucking tank in his fucking barn, right?
No.
Took down the whole fucking city, dude, with, like, a tractor that he put steel on. This guy, you don't know about this?
Oh, yeah, I
He
think
took
I
down, like,
do
the
remember that.
city
Yeah.
hall. He took down, like,
Yeah,
the
well,
real estate
yeah.
office. He took down, like, the whole
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
small-ass town.
Yeah.
Because he was butthurt because they were, like, building on his property and
And
shit.
then didn't he kill himself?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure after his road rage rampage on a
Which is
tank
crazy because
tractor.
he made sure to notify
Yeah.
everyone so they got it was all evacuated.
Yeah. Like the cops tried to shoot his
And then he
fucking
just, like,
tractor.
runs this shit
No,
down.
like the cops could not stop him.
He like bulletproofed his tractor.
Yeah, bulletproof, gas-proof, fireproof, cop-proof.
Are you talking about the dude with the tank?
Yes. Yeah.
It wasn't a tractor, was it?
It was a tractor. He didn't buy a fucking tank. He
It was
built
just
it.
like a tractor with a bunch of steel plate armor.
Yeah. And he put cat tracks on it.
Marvin
for tires.
Heemeyer.
Yeah.
He died because all the fumes from the shooting all the ammo like built up inside of it.
I
He
don't
killed
know
himself
exactly
after
why
the
he died.
bulldozer became stuck in a hardware
The
store he was
bulldozer.
destroying.
Yeah, he killed himself.
Killdozer.
Killdozer. That's right. Bulldozer. Tractor. Sorry. Bulldozer tractor.
Marvin John Heemeyer was an American automobile muffler repair shop owner who demolished numerous buildings with a modified bulldozer.
Yes. So that's just specimen A, where the cops even couldn't fucking stop him. Like, had to fucking call in the army, but luckily he stopped himself by running into too many fucking buildings. Also, did you see the fucking guy who built the fucking auto turret in his backyard? Out of like a Raspberry Pi? and a
Auto
camera?
turret?
Yeah, auto turret. Like a gun that
You can't do
shoots.
booby traps. That's illegal.
So is building a bulldozer tank.
Yeah, but that's cool.
Do auto turrets exist? Like, you know, in Call of Duty?
Yeah, literally, this guy built a fucking gun that has a camera that tracks you and shoots.
I'm pretty sure Michael Reeves has talked about making one that only shoots babies.
You can do that now. Like, that's a real possibility now.
Oh, he made a laser pointer that only shines at your eyes.
Oh, okay.
It was like attached to like a...
That's cool. What other instances, you know, of like people just building crazy shit that they shouldn't have built?
What about that? There was that Boy Scout, the nuclear Boy Scout, who built like a nuclear reactor in his garage.
Oh, yeah, I don't
and
know
they
much
like,
about that.
And he was like 14 years old.
That's sick.
I think he was like, there's like a time in like I think it's like a fire extinct, not or the fire alarms or smoke detectors or something.
Huh.
They have like a small in some of them they use a small piece of metal that's irradiated.
That's sick.
And he collected a lot of those and built like a reactor or something.
That's sick.
And he irradiated his whole like house.
Did he die?
And no, but he did. His family didn't live there after that.
That's sick, dude.
Like they came in and shut it all down.
Yeah, that's straight illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't that crazy? Radiation is crazy, dude.
Or what about like the guy that just fucking made a fake Apple Air Vision Pro and it was better than that real Apple Air Vision Pro? It's the same guy that made the invisible computer, dude.
Invisible computer.
Yeah, you don't know about the invisible computer?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Bro, this guy, he made a desk that looks like a desk and
It's an invisible computer.
a screen that floats in the air, and it's a computer. There's a mouse that's invisible. Like, no, it's like not
There's
a
no mouse. He's tracking his hand movements.
It's tracking his hand movements. So the mouse is tracking your hand movements. The keyboard's tracking your hand movements. The computer's built into the desk, projecting an image onto a floating screen that's transparent.
Yeah, but he doesn't show him playing like Call of Duty or anything. So how do
no,
you
he's
know it's
playing
so good?
Minecraft.
Oh. The most... Does he even do Minecraft parkour?
Probably
How
not.
do you know how good the movement fidelity is? Like, how bad is the latency? Like,
Well, the movement fidelity is dependent on the projector that you put in there.
can he top frag in a CSGO lobby or not?
The computer's invisible, dude.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. The only thing I care about is top fragging. And cracking cases and getting skins.
That's illegal also in China now.
What?
Buying CSGO cases in order to win a monetary value an item with high monetary value.
That's bullshit.
What isn't?
That's illegal. No, that they banned gambling, and that's a good thing.
Did you know they don't have McDonald's in Russia right now?
Yeah, it's called WcDonald's.
Oh, yeah, they opened yeah.
Did they actually?
Yeah, hella shit is sanctioned over there.
Yeah,
No, but
Because of-
called McDonald's.
something like that. Yeah,
Fake Russian McDonald's.
yeah.
What do you think it tastes like? Like BC?
I think it tastes better than McDonald's.
Probably, yeah.
Is Russian food good? Don't they eat a bunch of like nonsense? Like,
It's like a various
Russian
combinations
is
of
like
like
naturally cooked American food.
It's
That
like-
isn't processed.
it's like different combinations of like potatoes, onions, and beef wrapped in a dough.
That's the junk food. That's
Nope.
the junk food. Is dough
It's like
wrapped
pierogies,
foods.
pierogies,
Yeah,
hot dogs sort of things.
that's junk food.
And then the other stuff you eat is just like raw diced cucumbers and onions and tomatoes.
Gelatinous fish salads.
Like, yeah, that fish head your dad was holding up on
beet
Rosh
salads.
Hashanah.
you ever eat that red porridge?
Gefilte fish. Borscht.
You mean borscht? That's called
borscht.
borscht. That's not porridge. That's
That
soup.
shit fucks.
Yeah, it's actually really
Put a little
good.
creme fraiche in
It's
there.
really good. It can be vegetarian or it can be meat based. It's really good.
They like beets.
They like pancakes.
There are a few beef
Latkes,
dishes.
that's Polish.
No, we have blinchiki. That's like, remember?
Oh, blinis are, yeah, but they eat them with caviar and creme. On the 5th of the month, when the EBT money hits, I'd be
That's
like,
when the good dinner's
lobster,
coming in.
fucking shrimp cocktails, fucking, yeah, let's load this shit up, baby. And then by the, the 10th, you're like, fuck, I'm gonna die of
I need
starvation
ramen
now.
noodles, dude.
You're eating nothing but ramen noodles.
39 cents.
You're like, damn, I can put lobster in cup of noodles. What the fuck? I'm like the richest poor person ever. You're just eating like ramen, lobster tail, top noodle. And you're like, this is top. He put what in his noodles?
Pee?
Dog. Piston.
Yeah, I bet like Chinese people
Discharge.
put dogs in there. I mean, I do put eggs in
Used gauze. Ammonia.
my salt lamps,
Drywall. Studio light setups.
water bottles,
Sony V16.
fine gravel,
The largest tripod you've ever seen.
Okay, that's good.
a whole nother ramen,
A body pillow shaped like Gojo's Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Chase's socks,
The same body pillow, but I said the name right this time.
Chase's other sock,
Both of my socks. A full animal shelter. A studio apartment with a built-in dishwasher.
the sweat from a back seat of an Uber's driver in Las Vegas,
The sludge from my butt crack after a hot day.
the blood that George is gonna bleed when I cut his fingers off for touching my shit.
You're telling me a pork fried this rice?
Shut the fuck up, dude.
When I was a kid, we used to do this thing where we thought it was so funny. We just go into stores and pull our pants down and just walk around until we got kicked out.
With your dick out?
Nah, that'd be next level.
Picture
Siri.
that.
Show me a picture of a bulldog eating. Siri? Show me a picture of a pit bull chewing on an infant. Show me a picture
What
of a
part-
chew toy that's shaped like an infant.
What part of
Dude, that's $1 million idea. Dude, pit bull chew toys that are shaped like babies?
you mean like baby toys that are a thing?
No, it'd be like a rubber Cabbage Patch doll. It's like a chew toy that looks like a tiny baby
What was the
that
idea
you
I
give
had
to your
earlier today?
pit bull. That's funny. That would sell very well.
And then you can like hang it off your back of your truck while you're driving, so it hits the ground when you're going real fast.
Because, everyone's like, I don't know if you ever see like pit bulls on Instagram, but sometimes people comment and be like, get this dog a baby to chew on
I don't
right now.
support pit bulls
'Cause
I don't think that's a moral animal. I like that should not exist.
What do you mean?
Like pit bulls should not exist.
Why?
Because they're genetically bred by humans to be fucked
All dogs
up.
are.
So I
But not all dogs have health problems that cause
Pugs,
them to die early.
Chihuahuas, yes.
Not all dogs have health
Pugs.
problems that cause them to die early.
All pugs do.
That's
Bulldogs,
pit bulls,
French bulldogs,
pugs. Yeah,
they're
those are
all
bad
fucked up,
breeds.
so they're all squished.
French bulldogs are the worst. Normal pit bulls aren't that bad.
Why do you support genetic mutation of negative qualities?
It's not mutation. I'm not supporting mutation.
Breeding animals together is not mutating.
What causes pit bulls to die early?
They breathe bad.
No, you're talking about the smaller ones. You're talking about like Frenchies.
Pit bulls too.
Not really, no.
Are pit bulls I feel like they're a natural dog.
Yeah, they're a natural dog breed.
Yeah, you're thinking of French bulldogs.
What the fuck's natural about pit bulls, dude?
They're like really mixed together. They're like not homogenous at all.
What happened naturally, like over time, like dogs, like fucking.
Yeah, that's how all dogs are born. No shit.
If you're talking about like the XL bullies with like the cropped ears that appear on like the posters, the
The
promote
pit bulls that murder dogs.
it'll be like
The ones that look like they work out.
Yeah, you know the promotional posters I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It looks like MMA shit.
Yeah.
There'll be like chains in the...
They look like they have biceps.
It looks like a DMX music video album cover, and it'll be like 2 pit bulls, and it'll be like...
One of them's white, one of them's brown.
It'll be like XXL Bullies by Little John Higsby, and it'll be like 2 like massive bulldogs, and the names under the... It'll be like Destroyer and... Destroyer 2.
And they both weigh more than you.
And it's like a 260-pound... Yeah, those are certainly bred. Like,
That's not a natural dog breed. What do pit bulls do in nature, dude? How did pit bull evolve from wolf?
Well, I've
Build
seen
me that chain. Pit bull
I've seen
to
some
wolf.
of the bullies that are bred that have to be fed by syringe for like a number of weeks first. But that's like
we both agree that's bad.
I'm talking about like mixed bullies, like pit bulls.
How is that natural?
Because they're mixed. They're not bred. They're just a byproduct.
Where do you think pit bulls came from? You think like naturally dogs just had sex with each other and pit bulls were created?
Okay, I'm gonna Google this.
No, all dog breeds were created by humans.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah. That's
Over thousands of years.
That's my trife right now. That's
You own a cat.
That's what really grinds my gears.
Do you think cats are different?
Cats aren't functional creatures.
Neither are dogs.
Dogs are a man's best friend.
Pit bulls are good. I think I'm going to go buy a pit bull just to prove you wrong about how good.
If you bought a pit bull, it could be our mascot.
I mean, yeah, you know all French bulldogs have to be cut out?
You mean snuffed?
No, all French bulldogs have to be born through cesarean section.
Oh, you know most human babies are like that too now?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So do you think that we're becoming... Why is that? Big ass heads?
Pharma.
Dude, pharma is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should we get into that?
And we all know who runs pharma, right? It's the FBI.
The Rockefellers. It is a medicine. Alcohol is dope. Drink more. I'm a doctor, and this is medical advice.
Do you remember those Dr. Pepper ads? What were those, like...
Is Dr. Pepper really a doctor?
Ads.
At the movie
Don't they have really good
Is that the
brisket?
Patrick Swayze movie?
Roadhouse.
That's just, have you seen
Isn't that what Peter says every time he talks about a spin kick?
Yeah. Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter, so,
My name's not Peter, guys.
Hey, Peter, so, I noticed you don't have a ramp on your house, and, me and the boys at the station thought that maybe you should change it.
Are you having a seizure, dude?
That's my Patrick Warburton.
Do you have a stroke?
We're doing
Are
impressions.
you still on toast?
I probably shouldn't touch that. It probably makes a terrible noise. Crunch! Don't fucking...
What was the question?
Don't you...
Ow! 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 Help!
Don't you fucking do that shit, dude. Ice cream's so good. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, 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 gang. Your host, Arik, and that was your host, Chase. That's backwards. And we're just goofing.
Huge shout out to George in the back.